Hi survivors, it's me Prepper Zan reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well because what's going on in this world is not. It's terrible. Every day I'm bombarded with such terrible, awful news. Not just by other people, but by my life, but just living in this society where they have made it so complicated and devastating for mostly all of us. And it's terrible. A lot of us come from cultures where our ancestors were used to living off the land. They even have some of those cultures that still remain intact to this day, where people go forage their food, grow their own food, hunt, make their own, whether it be teepees or huts or even homes. Just living off the land that God gave us to be able to live off of. Then you have colonizers that came everywhere and stole from everybody, then took everything, put a price on everything. Now everything is so unaffordable, so expensive, people can't even afford to live. That's not how God initially created this place to be. I know they say, don't look at money as something so hard to get, as something so complicated, as something so evil. And I do understand it because we want to have a positive perspective, but we also want to be real about things too. Most people can't afford to live like this. Most people can't afford to live in a system where everything you have to get, you got to get it from somebody else, or you have to depend on somebody else, or their jobs, or their grocery stores, or their water system. All this stuff is polluted at the same time. Now dealing with these jobs and having to pay taxes. Y'all know how taxes to tear somebody's money up. Anyway, going back to these jobs, some of these horrendous jobs, then people don't want to have to do something that they don't want to have to do just to get money that they have to give right back away to the man. Allegedly. But that's what's really going on. And if this is your first time watching my videos, don't let me scare you. It's just my way of venting, and I'm going to keep venting. And however I got to vent. Because I'm not going to lose my mind out here. It's not an option. Because it's easy to do it. All the hell they rain on our lives, especially if you're a person of color or if you're a person of poverty. But this was really going on. I'm sick of it. They steadily raising the prices on groceries. Families can't feed themselves. People can't take care of themselves because they don't have a job right now. Everybody don't have an entrepreneur mind. Everybody can't be a boss. Even people like myself who do have business and stuff get tired, get exhausted, get tired of having to keep up with this day-to-day nonsense, freaking foolishness. I know they said I've been learning about spiritual warfare and signs of witchcraft activity and all that, because I'm just not learning about all this here kind of stuff. And the more I learn about it, and a lot of the signs, it shows me that the system ain't nothing but demonic witchcraft. How the devil forms a confederacy, and in each part of your life, every aspect of your life, you getting attacked. I don't know if y'all some of the people that experience this, but as soon as you get money, something happen, or an emergency happen, and you got to spend it up, or you got to find a place to stay, or something happen with your job, or something happen with your health. That's like forms of witchcraft. It's like, I don't know why we got used to living amongst these satanic people, man. These demonic people that's always made it hard for us. Now they got these agendas to depopulate and take everybody out here. Allegedly. Y'all can say it, but that's what's what really going on. So we dealing with all these agendas and all this pollution all over the place. Y'all, in a lot of places, man, people are really struggling and going through it. This is not a joke that we are playing with. This is not a joke that we dealing with. This is serious life business. Our money is being devoured by this crooked, evil system. And if we don't do something about it, we're going to end up losing. And I ain't never want to be no loser in life. Even from my background, coming up without parents to raise me, being a runaway, having to live on the streets, street people having to take care of me and put me through school and all that. Coming from a demonic so-called Christian family that go to church and preach like Paul and pray and all that, what they say, preach whatever and pray like Paul or whatever the case, and go home, and then they beating on you for no reason. They fornicating and committing adultery, but acting like they Christians. Man, I met some of the most satanic so-called Christians, and I did street people. I'm not lying. We expect some street people to be evil or sinners, but then when you growing up and you learn the word of God and you being taught about the church all the time by Christians, you expect better behavior from them, but a lot of them are demonic. But coming from a background of mine, always having to been on my own and take care of myself, and then having to deal with stuff like this with this demonic system, man, it's overwhelming. And I ain't saying I'm overwhelmed, I can feel sorry for myself. I ain't the only one that go through stuff. Even without a background like mine, people go through things, even probably having two parents. But I'm telling y'all, it's getting worse and worse by the day out here. It's really, really bad. And I'm seeing so many people who are losing their mind, who have lost their mind. Because this stuff is serious. The other day, I was in the 7-Eleven. It's always something going on in the 7-Eleven. And we up there, I'm paying for what I'm getting, right? I needed some gum. Paying for the gum. These people just ran out the store. They were so hungry. You could look at them and tell they was homeless and hungry. And the store owners couldn't run behind them or nothing. That's just how bad it's getting. People gonna do what they gotta do to survive out here, y'all. And it's unfortunate they making it hard on everybody, but they don't have to deal with it. They don't have to worry about their doors getting kicked down. They don't have to worry about getting robbed or shot up or stabbed or kidnapped, God forbid, or raped, God forbid, or whatever the crazy case is. But they setting all this stuff up, orchestrating all this stuff for regular, everyday people like you and I to be victims of some kind of calamity. Now it's like we can't even inhale the air that God has given us without them polluting it allegedly. But that's what's really going on. Can't eat the food. Y'all, these people have it all out designed to contaminate all these different things to dumb us down. Not only just dumb us down, but we wouldn't have the power of God that God gave us. Those powers and skills that we were born with, that's in our DNA. So they got to have all this stuff structured so we can be weakened and we fall forward. Should have never felt for nothing like this too. Never. So let's keep our straps together, stay prayerful. This stuff is going down out here. It's really terrible, it's really awful. But what I was about to say about them jobs, y'all, because y'all know I go on and on. A lot of people, when it's time for them to get paid, they say their checks are short. These people not paying them on time. They waiting almost a week after it's time for them to get paid, to pay people, then coming up with all these excuses. Y'all, it's a lot of stuff going on. And if you're not experiencing these things, you better be grateful to God and help somebody. Help somebody. We're going to have to pull together and help each other. You'll be surprised how you be blessed. Help somebody. Help the poor. You see somebody hungry, buy them some food. Do something to help somebody. Let's get out this nonsense, nightmare, foolishness. I had to come on here and vent about that because it's terrible. But like I said, I'm seeing so many people lose their minds. It's heartbreaking to see it. It's so hurtful. And then you're dealing with a system and a society that don't even help them. But they let a lot of other people come over here that they so-called helping. But they got people right over here. That's how y'all know it's agendas that they won't do nothing for. And we didn't spend money in years working, and our tax dollars paying for stuff that we didn't even want our money to be paying for. That don't even benefit us. How about that? Y'all, please follow me on Patreon for real, raw, uncut, unfiltered content. Please support the Allegedly and the Good Luck with That t-shirts if you can. All proceeds go back into the channel. And if you're looking for land and bug out areas in Texas, I have some for sale and for lease. So if you guys want to have access to it, you can have access to it. Go on prepperzan.com and get all the details in regards to that. If you don't have a bug out area that you can escape to with you and your family, it's very family friendly. This bug out area that I have is very, very family friendly. It has a pool, lake. That's what's all surrounded in the community. It's a gated community out in the country. There's horses, there's deers, there's boats. You know, I was very blessed to get it at a very, very, very low price. And this is why I tell y'all and try to iterate the importance of getting land. But if you're interested in having access to it, you can donate annually or do it monthly. Very, 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 very low fee. Lower than anything y'all gonna see on this internet. In that way, especially if you're in the Texas area. If you're not in the Texas area and you just need somewhere to escape to, and you always, you want to consider Texas, I would say consider this property. And as always, watch this weather, watch this world, watch the weather. Smell your water, boil and purify your water before you use it. Keep surviving. Prepperzan.com.